Welcome back to the Pain-Free Period podcast. I'm your host, Ali Becker, and I'm so glad you're here. I hope you're so glad you're here. Today, we're talking about a super simple habit that can help alleviate PMS and period pain in as little as 10 minutes a day. I know, it sounds a little clickbaity, right? But the truth is, this is actually backed by science. And the best part is that you can start today for free. No gym, no supplements, and no crazy diet overhaul. When I was a teenager, the only period education that I got was my gym teacher handing me a brown paper bag with a tampon in it and mumbling something under his breath like it's just part of being a woman. Nobody told me that my daily choices were actually making my period cramps worse or making them better. So for years, I just accepted it. I was curled up in the fetal position. I had to miss school, work, sports games, cancel all my fun plans with my friends, and I was having these crazy mood swings where I would be crying at a Heinz ketchup commercial. Remember little Mikey? And maybe you've been there too, feeling like this unpredictable monster is gonna pop out of nowhere. You don't know when it's gonna show up or how it's gonna ruin your plans, but it's definitely going to. Here's what I wish someone would have told me back then. That period pain isn't just bad luck or bad genes. That in fact, one of the biggest drivers of period pain is inflammation. Now, inflammation is not always the villain that it's been made out to be. In fact, some inflammation is actually necessary. A little inflammation is what triggers your uterine lining to shed every single month. That's just biology doing its thing. But here's the problem. In today's world, inflammation is no longer just a quick visitor. It's more like that friend that shows up in the afternoon, stays for dinner, and then never really wants to leave. And that chronic inflammation, it ramps up pain, bleeding, headaches, fatigue, breast tenderness, and those pesky little mood swings. You can think of inflammation like your body's internal smoke alarm. A little smoke, that's fine. That's just dinner on the stove. But chronic inflammation is like setting the toaster on fire every single day. Eventually, your alarm is going off 24/7 and everything feels like an emergency. And that is exactly what's happening inside your body when you pile on hours of sitting in front of screens, diets loaded with ultra-processed foods, sleep wrecked by doom scrolling TikTok in bed, low vitamin D because you barely see the sun, and stress that never actually gets properly discharged. Okay, Ali, so how do we put the fire out? This is the part where you're expecting me to say, overhaul your entire diet, meditate 13 hours a day, buy $400 worth of supplements, get those fancy grounding sheets. Nope. The one thing that I wish I knew when I was 13 years old is this. Move your body for 10 minutes after every meal. Seriously? That's it? That's it. Walk, dance, wrestle with your dog, march in place while you listen to this podcast. You don't need leggings. You don't need to go to the gym. You just need to get up off your chair and move your body. And this is why it works. After you eat, your blood sugar rises. If it spikes too high and then crashes, your body gets inflamed. Movement right after a meal helps you use your muscles and pull that glucose out of your bloodstream to be used for energy, which helps keep your blood sugar stable and your inflammation down. And when inflammation is down, the prostaglandins, which are those little chemical messengers that tell your uterus when to contract, don't go into overdrive, which means less cramping, fewer headaches, and way less days ruined by your cycle. Now, I've had some women in my pain-free period program try this before doing anything else, and it's been a game changer. In fact, one woman messaged me to say, I started implementing a 10-minute walk after breakfast, lunch, and dinner for just 1 week, and I noticed that the following week, my mood swings were way down. Both me and my husband say thank you. Another one messaged to say her afternoon brain fog disappeared, and she wasn't even implementing the habit for that reason, which is one of the cool parts. This isn't just about your period pain and your PMS. When you lower inflammation and you regulate your blood sugar, you actually sleep better, you have steadier energy all day long, you recover faster from your workouts, you think more clearly, you boost creativity and problem solving, you even improve your digestion. It is a full body upgrade in just 10 minutes. This is exactly the kind of habits that we stack inside the Pain-Free Period program. Small, doable changes that snowball into a totally different cycle experience. And if you want periods to stop ruining your life, click the link in the description below and sign up for the VIP list, where you will get exclusive discounts only available to my VIPs. And if you know a young woman or a teen who is already struggling with period pain, let them in on this little secret. Imagine how different your life would have been if you knew then what you know now. Remember, big changes start with small actions stacked consistently over time. So after your next meal, get up, move around, shift your body, and notice the change in your moods, in your physical and mental well-being, and in your next cycle. Implement this. Let me know how it goes. 10 minutes a day, doesn't have to be crazy. You just have to get it done. Thanks for being here. Can't wait to see you next week. Hit me in the messages. Let me know what you want to learn about and tell me how you feel after your 10 more minutes of movement after every meal.